Welcome, all you lovers of horror, sci-fi, and fantasy. It is time yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of, you guessed it, Fear and Fascination, horror, sci-fi, and fantasy unleashed. This is your hostess with the mostest, Jennifer DeVoe Muse, aka Jenny, from Jenny and the Muse. We've got an exciting installment today. I'm very excited about this episode, especially. We've got none other than Sandy Johnson, Judith Myers from the original Halloween movie from 1978. Join us for this incredible journey as we talk to her about her time in the entertainment business, not just as Judith Myers, but also other things that she has done over the years. Movies, TV, we'll talk about some of that in a minute. You'll see why. But we're going to bring on our other host today. We've got the sultry songstress Amy Bowman in the house.
Hi, everybody.
I'm so excited about this episode. How about you?
Oh, extremely excited. Oh my gosh. I had to rewatch the trailer for Halloween again just because.
I know, right? I've been waiting for this. one. Now we're going to bring on the Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver in the house.
What's up, everyone? Man, and then how are you going?
Good. Are you as excited about this episode as we are?
Super stoked. The Halloween movies are some of my favorite movies, like, period. Like, it doesn't matter how many have come out, I'll keep watching them. I fucking love them. And the first one is like the kickoff to horror. So I'm.
Yep.
Yes. It never gets old. I don't care. Watch this movie a billion times and it will never get old.
Never.
For horror, like the way the movie was shot and everything else was just so awesome. So this is cool.
And this was my gateway into horror.
Yeah.
Good gateway.
Yep. Fuck yeah. So that's what I'm saying. This and Friday the 13th were my two massive gateways in. And then started watching other stuff from there. Like I just fell in love with it so much. And I was I think I was 6 years old. So maybe not the greatest age to let your children watch horror movies, but
well, hey.
I grew up the same way, you know.
Shouldn't have
we grew up all right.
Shouldn't have cable as parents and then fall asleep and think that your child is not going to venture out into the living room and try to find something on cable late at night.
Well, no, I saw a funny joke about that. You got back in the day, they used to have a thing on the TV like it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? So we were probably out running the street.
Remember I posted that on Facebook? I was laughing so hard. I was like, do you remember where your children are? Parents nowadays apparently don't care. I'm just kidding. Anyhow.
And that's exactly how it went back then, too. You could go out. Maybe you could go home at 11. Maybe you'd come home at 2. And, nobody would be like, whatever. Yeah, just
you go missing. You go missing for a couple of days. They just figure you're at your friend's house. They don't think nothing of it.
No. If that street light came home, it was over. I was kidding.
It's called Latchkey Kids. I was one of them. All right, we're going to bring... I raised my fucking self from the age of 5. Anyway, that's a story for a whole nother episode, though. My own personal horror story.
Right?
It's called My Mother. Anyway, we're going to bring...
Nostalgia night.
One of the biggest reasons I fell in love with horror. I was already used to it. I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna bring on our. Sorry. I'm such an asshole. Hey, I can joke about it now. All right, we're gonna bring on our featured guest for this evening, none other than Sandy Johnson, aka Judith Myers, from the 1978 classic Halloween. you don't know who she is, I think she was one of the first fucking people he ever murdered in the movies.
Yep. I think so.
Who is Sandy Johnson?
Hello.
Hello, welcome to our little craziness here at our
Thank
show.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I've been
Thank
so
you.
excited for this episode. Oh my God, so excited. I was like, oh my
Cool.
God, she accepted my friend request. I know this was like a year or so ago, but still, I'm just like, oh my God. Dude, it's fucking Judith Myers. I'm sorry. Here's a good question for you, Cindy. Here's a good one for you. So, were you like, I think you were like one of the first people he ever murdered in a movie.
I was the very first person, yes, in the very first few minutes of the very first Halloween.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
And the only one murdered by the young Michael.
Yes.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
That's
Boy,
right.
you were the way to kick things off the right way, I tell you, Judith.
So awesome.
This is so crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Well, I mean, I know you've probably worked on other things, obviously, but I know when you typically do like the horror conventions and things like that, you're typically there as Judith Myers, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
I
And
love-
Hot before, right? Was before Halloween?
I think so. They were all really close together, and I can't remember exactly the order. I look it up every now and then, but
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, Halloween was
Like,
not first.
I'm such a movie buff, so like the like in like the film style of things, like the way that things have changed over the years, like from casting to putting a movie on to from screenplay, all that is just so amazing. So what was like the dynamic on set? Like was it super cool to be on set, or was it like
Yeah, it was very busy because they were switching the house from the dilapidated house that represents Michael coming back all the years later, but my shot was filmed last, so they had to fix the house up.
That's
So
so
they
cool.
were busy, making the house look nice and everything. So it was busy in between. While we were practicing with John and Deborah, they were busy, wallpapering and doing things to make it look
Wow.
nice. So it was definitely busy. It was very cool because both of them were directing us and they were so good, and just they were acting out exactly what they wanted, for the staging and everything. It was really good, explaining the feel that they wanted in the scene and the emotions and stuff. So
Right.
that part was really cool. And then upstairs, we go from this kind of silly, playful scene on the couch to upstairs where now it's dark and quiet and it's
Right.
just me. And it's an old house, so I can hear them coming up the stairs to kill me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very creepy for sure. So yeah, it was a whole different feel between downstairs and upstairs.
Fun.
So was it really like the little boy that came up, because when they look at you, you see it through the eyes of the mask that he was wearing. So the kill shot is like this, like you're just seeing, like he's seeing you and he's coming up there to do, to do that. And it's like, how did they film that scene? Like, who did they use as the eyes behind the mask? I would hope it wasn't a little boy that literally went up there.
No, it was Deborah Hill.
Oh, no
That's
shit.
Yeah, he was never in the house.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He wasn't even in the damn house. That's so crazy.
No.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a good place for a 6-year-old. So no, he was not in the house. And the scene wasn't actually shot with a mask. I actually saw the original footage for the first time in October when I was in Florida.
Oh, wow.
The person who owns that footage actually showed it to me. And it showed the full scene, the way it was originally shot, with no little holes in the front of it. So it was like, whoa, there it is.
So they kind of edited that in? Like, did they like edit that kind of in?
It was, yeah. It was shot full. The full thing was in the original.
Wow.
And so how long did it take you guys to shoot that sequence?
We did 2 takes.
That's so awesome.
She's such a professional, ladies and gentlemen. It only took her 2 fucking takes to die. I'm just kidding.
Now,
all you see is like, you know, like
we're good.
Yeah, we did practice a lot because it was a new camera. The Panaglide camera was new, and they were having to take it upstairs and through tight spaces. Okay. So a lot of the time was involved just working the camera to get it right.
That's cool.
And not see things that you shouldn't see in the camera, people and reflections and all that. So a lot of it was practice with cameras and just the set itself. But when we got down to shoot, it was 2 takes.
That's so awesome.
That's
crazy.
amazing.
That is amazing. Wow.
This is so nutty. I mean, like, so when you were doing the filming for the whole thing, was that the only part that they like kept you in or filmed you for? Was that 1 2-day take or that 2-time take? Wow.
Yep. All I was in was the downstairs, going up the stairs, and then the murder scene upstairs. That was it.
Wow.
Really?
And all that.
Amazing. That's why I'm saying that's how you build a career, even if it's just like fucking 2 takes in a goddamn movie for like a day or 2 on set or some shit. I mean, you can build a whole career off of stuff like that. That's what people don't realize. You don't have to be the head star. You don't have to be Jamie Lee Curtis. You don't have to be who was the other guys? Who was the one who played the doctor? I'm trying to remember his name.
Loomis.
Loomis?
Yes.
Yeah, Donald Pleasance.
That was crazy.
Yes, Donald Pleasance.
Oh my God. That was
my wife is huge horror nerd too, so she's over here throwing clips too.
well, you know, she could just jump in and ask a question if she has a fan question for Sandy, you know. Yeah.
If you haven't,
maybe. I remember the first time I ever saw this. I remember the first time I ever saw that movie. I think I was like 6 or 7, something like that. And it was one of the first, I think it was the first horror movie I ever watched. And I had to sneak in and watch it on cable while after my parents had gone to bed. Because I saw it, like, I think it was on, like, I don't know, one of them was like Cinemax, HBO, like one of them types of services. You know what I mean? This was like a couple of years after it had come out. And I was just like, they were trying to like play like the first couple of them or something. Because at that point, I think only 2 had come out, maybe. Like the first and second one. But I was just like, I'm like 7 years old and sneaking in to watch some horror movie. It sounded cool. I mean, it's about Halloween, and what kid doesn't like Halloween?
Right?
True.
I mean, I had nightmares after that, but hell, it was a damn good movie.
Absolutely.
Traumatized for life.
Did you have to go through auditions for this, or how did that work?
I did. I got called in. I was with the Playboy agency, and I got a call from my agent that said they wanted to interview me for the babysitter murders. And so I went in, and John Carpenter and Deborah Hill and some other people interviewed me and had me read some lines. They had me scream, and
nice.
It was just pretty much a normal interview. I, did them daily. So I just thanked them. And a couple days later, my agent called me and told me that I had been cast as Judith Myers.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I mean, this fucking amazing.
I was pretty happy.
Yeah.
Now I know you also did. I mean, obviously, Judith Myers is not the only thing you've ever done. I mean, what a 2-take fucking thing in a movie? Like, I mean, yes, it was huge in helping to build your career, and that was part of it, and that's wonderful. And I'm sure you'll never forget like the movies that you've been in with the franchise, because that's huge. I mean, it's one of the biggest fucking horror movie franchises out there. It was one of the first to ever have sequels.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To have a series of movies after it, outside of like Friday the 13th, which didn't come out till 1980 with the first one.
Right.
So that's like huge. But I know you also were originally in 1974. You were in Playboy magazine, and
I was.
did that kind of help to kick off some stuff in the sense of your like a movie or television career? Did that kind of get you through a door or anything?
It absolutely did. When it's very hard to get agents, they're just, everybody needs an agent, and it's just hard to get a good agent. At least it was then.
Okay.
And because I was in Playboy, I was automatically eligible to be in their agency.
Oh,
So I got all my films really through them.
nice.
So yeah.
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 Thank
Definitely
you,
did
Hugh
help.
Hefner.
For people
Say
out.
again?
So
So
they were
thank
really
you, Hugh Hefner.
people out. Yeah, right?
I said, thank you, Hugh Hefner.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then I did a lot of print work as well, a lot of live modeling as well as print work,
Wonderful.
not just in the US, but internationally, because a lot of ads in Europe at the time were nude, which they didn't allow in the US. So I
Right.
got hired a lot to do furniture ads and bathtub ads and all kinds of stuff in Europe.
That's
Oh, wow.
awesome.
Huh.
Super
Man,
cool.
you're doing a bathtub ad, you're naked. You're like half naked, like
In other countries, that stuff's normalized. Over like on the news, they're all nude on the news and stuff. It's more enticing to watch. So I mean, the ad work
this
is
is one of the only countries, dude, where we still shame people for public nudity of any kind. We still are like a bunch of fucking prudes. Like somehow showing some tit or ass or something is gonna just like make society go to fucking hell. Wait, it already did because of people who've been in office. We're gonna leave that alone for another time. Go vote blue. Just kidding. I'm just fucking being stupid. Sorry. Plug in for something. I don't know. Dude, I played a music video this week by Weird Al. He did a music video. It's called Deja Vu. It's about we're fucking again. The same fucking two goddamn presidential candidates. The same fucking two old motherfuckers.
Right.
Anywho, but it was just like deja vu. Like, oh, we're doing this all over again. Jesus Christ. We thought it was going to go well the first fucking time. Anywho, we're going to leave that alone. Sorry. That's my political commentary for this episode.
acting to the moment.
What, Shyler?
Did you say ask? Do you prefer acting to the modeling, or vice versa? Do you prefer one or the other?
Oh yeah. Do you prefer modeling to acting
Modeling
or vice
versus
versa?
what? Acting?
Yeah.
Wow. I really loved them both. I started modeling when I was about 13, and I was in drama, middle school, high school, as well as dance production. So I loved all of those theater arts.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
it's really hard to say. I just love being in front of the camera and being creative. And so, yeah, I'd say they were all kind of equal.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever outside of the movie world? Have you ever done anything like stage acting, like outside of school and stuff?
Not outside of school. I was in several plays in school, but I don't think I ever did anything outside of school. No.
Stage productions, in other words, like,
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
I did a lot of stuff in school, but once I left school, then you got to make a living.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess if you're lucky enough to get picked up for a big fucking thing like Hairspray or some big
Yeah,
touring
exactly.
fucking thing like
Yes.
Phantom of the Opera or something that toured worldwide as like a, as a production, then I could see that being more worth your time. But
Yeah.
normal just regular plays and shit in your area don't really pay much. I mean, it gets you maybe something else to add to your resume as
Yeah.
an artist, but is it going to actually like be substantial to where it's going to pay you anything like that?
I try actually the acting back here at home too, again, over and over again, but it always ends up getting into I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and I can't focus on, the script, or I can't focus on, getting to rehearsal or this and that, because I'm always doing music or this and that. It just becomes a problem. Then I get really frustrated because I miss stage acting a lot. It's so much fun.
It is. It is. I used to do stage productions. I've done background acting. I had like a bit part in something where I spoke, but it never went anywhere. I like the background acting though. I always thought that was fun. You know what I mean? Being like just an extra on set is like you can make a decent actually living just doing background acting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get more work that way than you do as a featured or speaking actor, which is kind of fucking sad, but
Even in the music, a lot of times you started out as backup dancers, became, the lead act. You know what I mean?
like J-Lo started
Absolutely.
off as a background actor, a background dancer, like she was one of the Fly Girls on, in Living Color. So like you just don't know where your beginning will come from. Like you started off like with ads and modeling and being a Playboy, and then it kind of like went up and up, you know what I mean, as you were doing like different things. So then you got Judith Myers, and here's a good question. What other movies did you start doing like after that role?
Like I said, the timing of them, I'm not all that clear on
No,
in my memory,
like any
but
kind of thing.
I had some very good roles in Gas Pump Girls. I was one of the leads, and that was really a fun movie. I loved doing that one.
Okay.
And that had Kirsten Baker from Friday the 13th in it. She was the lead, and she was such a sweetheart. So that was really fun, and I got to be very creative in that one. Hot was also fun. I had a very good role in it. I was one of the kind of stuck-up girls from the sorority. There was the stuck-up girls sorority, all the wealthy girls, and then just the girls that anybody could get into their sorority. So it was a clash of those. And we had a blast. So then I did Jokes My Folks Never Told Me, which I believe was actually my first film. And in that one, I was hired because I had a Southern accent. And I didn't have to fake it because I was from Texas and it was still there.
Right.
So that, again, was a lot of fun on set. So, yeah. And then, of course, I'm doing films again, which is pretty crazy after all these years. But, yeah, really? I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Say it again.
What do you have coming up? What are you doing now?
Well, let's see. I finished, I had an audio in a voiceover in Paradolia out of the UK, which is a really excellent short film, horror film. And it, they flew me out there for the premiere. It was really good. It's doing really well in the film festivals. So Paradolia, I did Vulps, The Lust for Revenge, which I did. It was during COVID, so I did it via my computer. But I play the mother of a guy that abuses animals.
Oh,
I don't know
good.
he's abusing, but he is. And the reason why I agreed to do the part was because the movie is about getting even with these people that abused animals, torturing them and stuff. And I thought, you know what? Hey, cool. So I'm a real animal lover. So don't mess with animals or children.
Right?
So that's what it was about. And then there's another one called Slasher Halloween that I did a role for, but it has not. They haven't finished shooting it. So that one I don't know. And then last October, I had my first on-set filming where I play a psychiatrist of a very troubled young man. It's called The Executioner. I think it's going to be very good. And so we filmed it in Florida. So I have a really interesting role in it. So hopefully, I know they're still filming. So hopefully it'll be out later this year or next year, but it should be good. The kid that plays the teenage version of the kid that was very problematic. When I'm counseling him, he's older. He does an amazing job. He's so good. So good. So yeah, Braden. Braden, I think his last name might be Noble. Braden. He's very good. So anyway, and then next up is The Executioner. Not the Executioner. It's Vampire Penance. The Atonement of John Wolfe, which is, it's an historical piece. It's a modern piece that moves through the centuries. It's amazing. And I play the motel clerk, and she's quite a character. So I'm looking forward to that one. So that'll be my second time on set in all these years.
Nice.
That's cool. That's great.
It's fun. I mean, it sounds like you've had like a really fun career.
I have. Yeah. I took 40 years off and I'm back.
That's so crazy. Okay, so here's the question. What were you doing for those 40 years that you were absent? And we've missed you. We missed you. We were like, where did she go?
I was getting an education and teaching school.
That's amazing. Oh, okay. That is incredible.
So what made you want to come back? Did you miss it?
Well, actually what happened was I got a text message from Rick Enrique, and he asked if I was the Sandy Johnson from Halloween. And I said, yes. And who is this? Right. And he said, I am an agent. I've been looking for you for 8 years. And I would really love to represent you and take you to cons, horror cons.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And I said, what is a horror con?
Money, 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 money.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that they were going to be so much fun, and I was going to meet amazing people and have a blast doing them. So his finding me again was a blessing. I'm having a wonderful time.
You have a lot of fans out there is the point. You know what I mean? We miss you. Like, where did she go? I mean, I didn't know what had happened to you. I was like, where did she ever go? And then I see you on Facebook and I'm like, huh? And I saw you were friends with a bunch of people that I'm friends with. And I was like, is that the Sandy Johnson? No, that's not her. And she wouldn't be on Facebook. No. The Book of Face? No, never. And then I was like, oh my God, it is her. And then I just sent you a friend request. And then I was like, oh my God, she accepted my friend request. It's fucking crazy because I'm friends with a whole bunch of celebrities. And I've interviewed a shitload of celebrities over the years. And when I saw you, I was like, it's from Halloween.
Wow.
Oh my God. I don't know. I get it. Look, I'm a nerd. I'm a mega nerd who goes to fucking shit like horror conventions. I mean, I go to DragCon for the love of God. So I go to a lot. I like conventions. I have many different likes in this world, and why not just explore them all? You know?
Absolutely.
You know, oh wait, here's a good one. Did you ever think about getting into like music or any other kind of facet of entertainment?
I did. I used to play the guitar. I also played the flute. And yeah, I loved music. As I said, I was in dance production.
Right.
So again, music and choreography. I used to sing when I was in California. I used to sing country western.
Oh, well, I make Texas country and western singer.
Yeah,
I
they
can
do
see.
kind of go together.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. Yeah.
So yes, I do love music.
Oh wow, that's really good. See, I'm a fellow flautist. I guess.
Oh, cool.
I guess is the terminology. I did flute for 7 years, all through like middle school and high school. So and I was in like orchestra band, marching band. I was that horror sci-fi geek girl who was a flute-toting band geek who was I never did that at band camp though. But you know, this one time, no, flutes are not supposed to be used that way, people. I'm sorry. It's just wrong. You know what that could do to a flute, people. Oh, destroy. Just the pad. Oh my God, just horrible. Sorry. No, I mean it was great. It was great. I got to travel doing that stuff. So I mean, I know it's an interesting. I just never did it after high school. I guess I love music, but I always wanted to like be like lead singer of a band or something like that, or you know what I mean. I don't know why. Sometimes you just don't get to do all the things that you want to do in life, right?
This is true.
Yep.
So what did you teach? Like, I mean, you said 40 years you were teaching and stuff. What grade did you teach or what type of subjects?
Well, I taught for about 15 years and I taught science.
Nice.
And I taught children with learning differences.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I wrote the curriculum. I was at a private school that was for kids with learning differences. So I wrote the curriculum. It was K through 8. So I wrote all the science curriculum for the school for all the grades. And then I taught 6 through 8 and ended up only teaching 8 because that was my favorite.
Oh,
that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Do any of your students ever recognize you?
No.
Oh,
they're probably too young to know what that was, baby.
Yeah. You can get fired for nudity, so it was best that they didn't know who I was because I really loved my job.
Years later, after they graduated high school and they found out who you really were, they're like, holy shit, this whole time she was in Playboy and she was Judith Myers and she was in Gas Pump Girls, like just all these things. And like, oh my God. And their mind was totally fucking blown. I'm just saying.
So after I did that, I went back and got my PhD, and then I taught college.
Oh my God. No,
wow.
we're not worthy. Oh my God.
Not worthy. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Hell of a lot of work.
Well, I mean, dude, you got a PhD. That's huge. That's a massive accomplishment. Did you go back in a science field?
I got it in education, actually, because I wanted to teach education in college, and I wanted to teach online. It's called instructional design, but it's basically the designing of courses meant to be delivered on the internet. So once I got my degree in that, then I started writing and teaching courses for online universities.
That's incredible.
So I did that for a while. Yeah, I did that for a while, and I don't know. It wasn't as much fun as being in the classroom because it was all virtual. So
Right.
I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. It wasn't the same. So then I went to work as a director of a wildlife center, conservation wildlife center, and I put on children's camps and classes there, and I loved that. So I did that for a long time.
See, she
That's
goes
cool.
from Playboy to being in horror movies and other projects and nude modeling in Europe and around the world, and who knows, I don't know, to becoming a teacher and a PhD and a college and like curriculum. Oh my God. You're just like one of my new favorite people and one of my new like. Now, you made me love you even more, Sandy. I didn't know that was fucking possible, but you just made me just love you more. Dude, I'm a science and math nerd, okay? Mega geek here, mega geek. Like, I'm massively, like, into all that. And so, like, when you're saying these things, I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
That is super cool.
Actually was one of the very first teachers in our area that started with hands-on science. So I got pretty much rid of the book, wrote all the curriculum, and almost everything we did was hands-on. I mean, I taught them to build rockets. We go out in the field and fire them. They would be like mission control. We did everything hands-on. We did very little just reading, answering questions. So it was a lot of fun, and the kids loved it.
Dude, you have been an awesome teacher to have. I remember that, like, when we were kids, we were like in the 80s, they had Mr. Wizard's World. And like, I don't know if anybody remembers that. Like, he predates fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy. Thank you. That's probably who Bill Nye fucking learned from, was Mr. Wizard's World. I mean, I'm just saying, because like, that was huge for kids like us. You know what I mean? Growing up, being math and science nerds. My mother used to, one of the only good things my mother ever did was like actually like support me in the education stuff. Like her and my great uncle Charles, like if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I would have been when it come to that. Like they bought me like encyclopedias, dictionaries, like all that, Our World, Our Universe, like all those big books with all the pictures and the stuff about all the different countries and everything. And then, you know, you got like science. She used to give me chemistry sets. Mm-hmm. So a teacher like you would have been a lot of fun. I wish I had that more, the hands-on type of stuff. Just rather, I mean, I love book learning. That's great and everything, but hands-on, I like being in a classroom setting more where everything's hands-on. That would have been a great way to learn.
Me
like
too.
Absolutely. Rockets, setting them off outside, like chemistry shit, learning how to build a fucking model volcano and whatever else. I mean, that would have been just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one where I bought these things that would shake the table, like different degrees of earthquakes, and I gave them all different materials, and each group built a structure that they thought would withstand the shaking of the earthquake.
Oh wow!
It was really fun.
Oh wow!
That's awesome.
That would have been so crazy. Fun. Where did you end up teaching? That would be cool to do. Yeah, where did you teach initially? Yeah, before you did the online curriculum and everything. Like, were you mostly
in
Texas
Fort Worth,
or California?
Private school in Fort Worth.
No way.
That's cool.
That's where I grew up, outside of Fort Worth, when I was a kid. Really? Yeah, I lived in a little town called Aledo. Aledo.
Yeah,
Aledo.
I know where that is.
Hell yeah, west of fucking Fort Worth. Yeah, dude, I grew up there from age 6 to 13, and then my parents moved us back to Maine, where I am now and originally from, but hence no southern accent. I lost it when they made me move back to Maine. I come up to visit my grandparents in the summers or some shit, and everybody's like, where are you from? Because I had a really strong southern accent. And they're like, where are you from? And I tell them who I am, and they're like, but you're from Maine originally. Why do you sound like that? And I'm like, because I do. I mean, you live in the South for 7 years. You think you're not going to pick up a goddamn accent?
You're gonna pick up a draw.
It's gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know.
You'll
I didn't
definitely pick
like
up a
Texas
draw.
as an adult. I didn't like Texas as an adult at all. I thought I was gonna. I'm like, oh no, this is not like when I was a kid. So did you guys ever did you go out to, do you ever film in like LA area, or where do you guys do most of your projects?
I have not filmed in LA. I do conventions in California,
Okay.
but the filming has been Florida, I think Pennsylvania, Texas.
Where did they film
But
for
not
Halloween, by the way? Like when you did the Haddonfield,
Pasadena.
Where?
Pasadena.
Are you
Oh,
shitting me? Wait, Pasadena, California?
Yeah,
Holy
Wow.
shit. Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
it was filmed in
Pasadena
California.
has all those great houses, so
Right,
Yeah,
that's not surprising.
right.
that's
Yeah, they scattered all the fake leaves and everything to make it look like it was somewhere else, but it was California.
Because it's supposed to be Illinois, Haddonfield, Illinois. I'm just laughing
Right.
because, wait a minute, this isn't Illinois. This is, they had to go out, wait, they had to drive somewhere so they could get authentic fall leaves. No, I was kidding. To come back and spread them all over the lawn.
Yeah, no kidding. Are you on the horror convention circuit right now? Like, when's the next time you're coming out to California for a convention?
I am. I'm going to Oklahoma City this next weekend. Then I think Iowa, Virginia. I am coming back to California, but I can't announce it yet because they haven't announced it.
I got
Okay.
you. It's not on the, it's not on the official date list or
Right.
whatever. I got you.
But I'll be back.
No, because I would love the chance to meet you in person. That'd be awesome.
Thanks.
That'd be nice.
Get an
Yeah, I've
autograph.
been out there. I think I've been out there 3 or 4 times in the last few years, but I'll be again this year in November.
Well, then I will keep my ears out because I will be there.
All right.
One place I bet you're never gonna come is Maine. Damn it.
Well, you never know. Do they have horror conventions?
Okay. So I need to start my own fucking horror convention. I am a event, concert promoter and planner. I mean, I did that for years, didn't I, Amy? You've played many of my
Yes.
concerts. I'm just saying.
Yes,
So I
did.
think Maine needs a horror convention up here. And I think we need to get Sandy Johnson to be there to sign autographs. Do you know how many fucking fans would come out in droves here in Maine? Oh my God. Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, people would drive for fucking hours to come to that. Like, that's huge. Like, we don't have that kind of awesome shit up here. I've been wanting to do it for a while anyway, so let's do it.
I thought y'all did have a convention in Maine.
Maybe they do.
No.
I don't know. I don't know shit enough here. I mean, sometimes they do have some things like, you know, during parts of the year we get concerts. No, we get some events and stuff, but it's not as prominent, or it doesn't feature quite all the awesome people that I would have like featured. I have so many friends in the industry for horror and sci-fi and things like that. I would have you. I would have Al Burke, who played Punchy the Clown. I would have like all my friends that like James Balsamo. Oh, dude, that's another person that I should hook you up with him. Our buddy James Balsamo. He does shitloads of horror movies. He does all.
Cool.
So he also does like some other things too, like comedy stuff, and he does some other genres, sci-fi and things like that. And he's been winning awards all over the fucking world for some of the movies he's put out in the last few years. So I think that'd be a good person to hook you up with. And I got a couple other movie people that I'd love to hook you up with too. So
Heck,
No, I'd appreciate it.
if you want some work, I will get you some work because you're you. And if they don't know who the fuck you are, they're stupid. And they need to
Right.
they need to go back to horror school and learn because I mean, hello?
Horror school.
Dude, seriously, if you don't know some shit about
no, let the movie on its own.
like the fucking
That's
goddamn
or a movie on its own.
Sorry, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was actually the first one to have series, to be honest with you, because the original for that came out in 1974. And so they had the sequels after that. So Halloween would have been one of the first franchises ever created that has a movie legacy attached to it.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Multiple spin-offs. I mean, Jesus Christ, I have a picture that literally maps out the history of fucking of the Halloween movies and shit. I stole that off of Sandy's page. I stole that off of off of Sandy's page. I found a lot of awesome shit. So I think Facebook was trying to ban my reels. I was doing the reels thing where I had the music from Halloween.
Oh,
like it is like building up, and then I got pictures of you, like the flyer from today, and like different pictures from your career and stuff, and as Judith Myers especially, and I've like posted on, and it's like you may have been flagged for nudity shit against our company community guidelines. I'm like, but she posted this shit on her own Facebook page, assholes. So can't go against community standards that much. Hello. But that's Jenny constantly breaking the rules. It's no fun unless you break the rules. Come on. I mean, Jesus Christ.
You gotta bend a little bit.
No, I break them all the way, right the fuck off. I snap that bitch in half. I take the spine and I go, ew. I don't care. I've always been a rule breaker ever since I was a kid. Dude, math, science, it's about rule breakers. It's about people who go think outside the box, who approach things in a different mindset, who don't always conform to fucking societal bullshit. I mean, think about it. How many people in the world of science didn't adhere strictly to whatever, and they fucking found some awesome shit. They found like curative
every
things.
single one.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know,
right?
and that's what I'm saying. And you teaching the next generation of people in the world of science is a huge
so awesome
contribution. Just that alone, like. We love you, Judith Myers, but that dude, like being a science teacher and writing curriculum and helping kids with disabilities and things like that, like that's fucking huge. Right there, you're a hero. Amazing. Just that alone, you're a fucking hero.
Right.
Well, thank you, but I loved it. The kids were amazing.
I mean, especially girls. We don't have enough girls in science. We need more girls in science. So if you're out there watching and you have kids, get them the fuck interested in science and math. Because those two fields will take you very far in life.
Right. They will.
Logical.
You don't know what you could invent. You don't know what you could accomplish. And
really makes the world go.
That's what I'm saying. Groundbreaking. Computers. Hello, computers, computer science, all of it. It's all what? Ones and zeros, zeros and ones, computer language, math, science.
Yep.
Goes into all of that.
It does.
That's true.
Fields. That's just that's incredible. Like you've had such an amazing career. You really have.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're glad, we're happy that you're back in acting, and that's wonderful. So, are you going to be doing Are you retired as far as like, teaching and things like that goes? Like, have you retired at this point?
I have retired, yes.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
She probably picking up that fat pension, she picking up that, that teacher money.
No. No.
Oh.
Not from Halloween.
Oh.
I get about $40 a year residuals from Halloween.
Oh, really?
If I'm lucky, 40.
$40 for something that was so huge. Oh my God.
Did you
It's a little better.
Right?
Did you pick up any like life lessons that you'd want to convey to, aspiring artists and people that are coming up, in the world now? Anything to pass on?
I just think in life, I used to tell my students, you should just do what you love, and then you'll love what you do.
There you go.
So don't get stuck in some job that somebody else wants you to do just because, they do. It's important to be happy, and you spend most of your time, most people do, spend most of their time at work. Yeah. So if you don't love your work, it's hard to love your life.
Amen.
Words of wisdom from Sandy Johnson. Oh my God.
Right.
Okay, that's it. That's it. You've inspired me. I'm going to go quit Spectrum Mobile right now. Dude, I hate my fucking day job. I fucking hate it. Look, I love Charter Communications and Spectrum as a company. They are an amazing company to work for. They pay well. They have incredible benefits. Like, very good work culture. Like, they treat you like really well. They cook for you all the time. They give you things. They give prizes. They give, they do a lot for you. It's the job itself I fucking detest. Do you think I want to sit there and talk to fucking people all day? I'm going to say it nicely. I was going to say another thing. I was going to say idiots. I'm sorry. People all day about their fucking cell phone problems. Hi, I don't know how to pay my bill online. Can you take my payment for me? It's 2024. You don't know how to go on and make a fucking payment through the app or the website? I'm done. I'm over it. I can understand if you're an old person, like over the age of 65 or 70, I don't know, and you don't know how to work some shit. I get it. But you under a certain age, shouldn't you know how to do this shit by now?
Right.
I mean, I can understand if you have a legitimate issue or a problem, call in and get help, but I'm sorry. I get tired. Like, it's just like an 8-hour bullshit day of listening to fucking stupidity. This is what I love to do. I get to hang out with my friends. Fuck that. Brother and sister. What you fucking mean? I'm sorry. Amy Moban is my fucking sister, and Shyler Staver is my brother. He's my little bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people are family now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
we're family.
I've met some incredible people in this industry that have become like very, very close to me. Like, I love them as family. You know what I mean? And family isn't always blood related.
Nope.
That's true.
If you find your tribe, if you find, like Sammy said, if you find what makes you happy, like, this is what makes me happy. Putting on concerts and events, booking bands, booking artists, like media coverage, going to concerts, doing all this stuff. This is what I love. This is what I want to make money at. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I don't want to work a day job anymore. And so I've been trying to find a way out for a while. I've been trying to find a way out for a while, but when you're rent $1,500, you kind of can't just quit.
Yeah, no shit.
Unfortunately. So
I keep telling you, I'm moving to Maine.
Well, it is what it is. But My goal is to get shit really going in the industry. I'm working on some big projects, so be ready for it. I've got a couple more podcasts we're going to be launching soon. Also, we've got this one. I don't know if you noticed, Amy and Shyler. We have a new logo for the.
Yes, I saw it.
I will send that. I think it looks way fucking better than the
I
one
like
we had
it.
before.
Yeah, I like it.
Badass. I like it way better. Thank you, AI, for helping me to create that. The main picture in the middle. Do you know how many fucking ones I had to generate on goddamn Chat GPT before I got to the one I liked? Jesus fucking Christ. Anywho. You know what I mean? But that's another gift that's good that you have in this life. I'm also a graphic designer. Not just AI. I do like other graphic design. So, but these are good fields to get into, you know what I mean, when you're trying to come up in anything like entertainment. Those are good fields to work in. So, but like Sandy said, find what makes you happy in this world. I mean,
Do it.
Amy works for an amazing company. She's like head boss bitch in her fucking place. She does nursing, and you know what I mean? Shyler is lead singer of a band. I don't know what he does day job. What do you mean was, motherfucker?
I'm not singing for Summer One anymore.
Oh Jesus!
No, he's not.
Yeah.
We have to form a band. Amy, you're the bassist. Do you want me to be the singer this time? Because I could do it. I mean, if it makes it so you're happy and just playing your bass over there on the side, whatever, I will do whatever it help you. And then Shyler, you could play guitar, right? Or you do drums, don't you? Don't you do drums?
Play a little drums. You know, we need to play drums.
Okay, well, we'll go with whatever your stronger suit is. And then we'll hire your brother. We'll hire your brother to be the drummer.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen.
Make it a family affair. Just saying.
Exactly.
Shout out to Rabbit Assault.
Yes. I just went and saw them 2 nights ago. Last night. It was amazing. They played great. Great show. I sent you some pictures. They played awesome. It was good to see them. Zach wasn't with them. He's with a new baby, of course. But I mean, the boys sounded good.
Well, when you have a baby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but it was a good show. I hadn't seen them in a while. They sound just tight like they always do. So I'll send you some pictures. Send you the rest of the pictures and the videos that I got to the page.
Nice.
Okay.
We gotta get Sandy to some concerts. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah!
Would you get in the mosh pit with us, Sandy? Would you get in the mosh pit?
Just say no, because I won't get in either.
Oh.
Yes. We'll stand at the side. You'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
Guess who JJ and I are gonna go see? We're trying to go see Monday, August 12th. Guess who's coming to fucking Portland? Guess who's coming to Portland, Maine, motherfuckers?
Who?
Green Jelly.
No.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Green Jello sucks. Green Jello sucks. Green Jello sucks. Our buddy Bill Manspeaker is coming to Portland, Maine, and we're going
to
get a motherfucking show, and we're going to get in a circle mosh pit, and I'm going to wear the goddamn fucking puppet head on stage. I'm going to be in the crowd with a puppet head, and we're going to be going hard.
That's awesome.
Jenny gonna get in a mosh pit. I may break a hip, maybe a shoulder, a toe. You just never know.
Now you know why, Sandy, I don't go in mosh pits, because I might break something.
Hey, I've never broken a goddamn thing yet. You know how many fucking mosh pits I've been in? You know how many mosh pits I've started?
That's true.
Hey.
Many.
Hey.
And I've started them at many world famous venues, such as the Whiskey Go, such as the Viper Room, such as the Rainbow Bar and Grill. And yes, I know it's a small fucking space up there, but we still goddamn started a mosh pit. And it was
That's true. I watched it happen.
I know, because you were playing my concert that night.
Oh man.
Uh, shout out to Side Effect.
Oh yes.
Side Effect. Anyway, okay. Sorry. Shameless pluggings and endorsements for our friends and bands. Oh well, I saw Orgy in May. Our buddies from Orgy. Fuck yeah, that was fun. This Friday, the 26th, we are going to see Godsmack in Bangor, Maine. Ooh, Godsmack.
That's fun.
That's
And then
awesome.
I'll have
That'll
a
be cool.
major. Oh no! Then I say Lamb of God in August 6th. We go to see Lamb of God and Mask of Dawn. That's going to be a great show.
Good show.
Then a major lull from August to fucking November. I don't go to another concert until November 30th, and that's to see Creed, Three Doors Down, and Mammoth WVH, which is, I don't know if you know, that's Wolfgang, which is, goddamn.
Van Halen's son.
Eddie Van Halen's son.
Yeah, Van Halen's kid. Yeah, he's bad. He's really good.
My sister Heidi Coleman, shout out to Heidi. She who I just saw this last weekend with my parents, so that was exciting. Got to see my nephew, very happy for that. I'm taking her to go see Creed because that's her favorite band in the entire universe, and I got tickets from our buddy Greg Coster at WHOU 100.1 FM in lovely Holton, Maine, on the Canadian border.
Heck yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, if you've ever driven up I-95, which is one of the longest highways in the United States, which goes from the Florida Keys to Holton, Maine on the Canadian border, that's the last two exits before you hit Canada. You've driven through, motherfucker. If you've ever driven up I-95 into New Brunswick, you've passed through Holton. You may have even stopped there to get a burger at McDonald's and just never knew where the fuck you were. But, you know, that's where I'm tiny little fucking town on the Canadian border. Okay, so you said you got a convention coming up. Where are you going to be? I know you said Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City this next weekend.
Nice. Hell yeah. You're going to be in the Oklahoma City area in Oklahoma. Go see Sandy Johnson at the horror convention. What is the name of the convention? Like a specific name, I'm sure.
I think it's called the Oklahoma City Horror Con.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Oklahoma City's a nice place. I like Oklahoma City.
That's
In fact,
awesome.
I was just there last weekend to go to a museum.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
You're
wow.
scouting it out. Like, this is where I'm going to be doing my convention. I need to know where I'm driving to. No.
No, my good friend and I both love to sew, and they had Judith Heads. Do you know who that is? She was the award-winning wardrobe designer in Hollywood in the heyday of Hollywood, 40s, 50s, 30s. She did all the big, when they had the huge elaborate sets and all that. She was their wardrobe designer. Oh my gosh, extremely talented. So they had 70 of her outfits at the museum in Oklahoma City. So we drove up there to see them, and it was so worth it. Fabulous.
Wow. I would
bet.
do that. Yep.
That would be incredible. That would have been a great job too. Like, I can't even imagine that. Like, all these like stars wearing your like outfits that you created and designed for characters. Oh, that's great.
It was amazing. Well worth the trip.
That's great.
So
That's cool.
I'm excited for you that you've come back into this world, of acting and horror. And now, are you going to be doing other genres? I mean, not just horror. Like, I'm sure you're going to do other things.
I would if someone asked and it was a good script.
Okay. Nice.
I don't live in a location that makes it easy to go to interviews and stuff. So usually it just takes a company that just wants me for me.
Right.
I just can't go long distance interviews all the time. I don't have interest in doing that. So if they have a role that they think it's good for me and they want to hire me, perfect.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they don't know who you are, they're kind of stupid. Just saying. I mean, come on. Every time they do a movie for Halloween, even if it was the new ones with Rob Zombie, they still mention your character.
Right.
Correct.
Even if it was another actress playing the role in his movies or whatever, they're still going to mention you. They're still going to say Judith Myers. They're still going to, you know what I mean? So that's like a huge, just the name alone carries a lot of weight. I mean, if people don't know who you are by this point, there's a problem.
So maybe someone in comedy or drama or some of the others will come around. That would be great.
Hell yeah.
Well, shout out to that.
Exactly.
Put it out there.
Have to get my buddies. Hell yeah, I have to get some of my buddies to hire you and then make it so you can do the filming like when you coordinated like when you're going to be in LA or some shit. You know what I mean? So I know it's probably a pain in the ass to have to like fucking do all this flying back and forth because you're in Texas still, right? You're down in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Hell yeah. But I'm glad you're able to do video interviews like this with, people who do this type of streaming online, platform, which most people do. You know what I mean?
Very much.
Okay, yeah. I want to thank you so much for being with us today, Sandy. This has been just an incredible interview that I'm going to cherish for a very long time. I'm putting this right up there with my fucking interview with Elvira, dude. Like, this is huge.
Yeah.
Dude, if I put you on the same level as Elvira, she's like my goddess.
Yes, I get that.
I'm serious. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I could have gotten through my teenage years. I just fucking obsessed with that woman. Like, well, not in a stalker way. But
Or was it? Yeah.
Maybe I stared at her tits a few too many times. Anyway. Wait, what? I roll both ways. Don't judge me. Anyway. Hey. I'm married to a beautiful black man who is in the other room, I don't know, watching our grandchild, probably trying to rein him in so that he doesn't come pounding on the door. Bammy! Anyway. Someday I'm going to teach him all about you because I want the next generation to know how incredible the movies from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and are, and how they shaped a genre. They shaped who we are. They shaped just everything about society, about like people don't realize how far-reaching that genre alone has like created this whole world. You know what I mean? And you were at the front of that. So we thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah. And thank you again. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I really genuinely love this conversation and to find out more about you and what you've been doing all these years. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Just thank you so much. I appreciate this.
It was my pleasure and I enjoyed meeting all of you.
Oh,
very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
We're going to wrap up our. Yes, please go see her in Oklahoma City and go check out her. Yes, where can they find you for social media?
They can always go to my website. All the things are listed there about me. It's www.unicornsandyj.com.
I love it.
And there's links there to just about everything.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
That's amazing. You can also find the links to everything for Sandy, all her social media. I have her Instagram up there, her Facebook. I have a link to her website. You can also watch this interview by going on our YouTube page, Get Real Global TV. You can also listen to this podcast through our Spreaker page for Get Real Global TV. And I posted links to all of that so that you can listen or watch. We also have our Twitch page, Get Real Global TV, and we're going to be doing shorts and reels on TikTok. So please come watch. If you weren't here for this interview, please come and watch it afterwards. You can watch all our broadcasts on Get Real Global TV on our YouTube page. So we appreciate all of you for joining us this evening for another incredible episode of Fear and Fascination, Horror, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy Unleashed, with your hostess with the mostest, Jennifer DeVoe Muse, the sultry songstress, Amy Bowman, and the Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver, and our featured, amazing, incredible guest, Sandy Johnson.
Thank you.
Judith
My
Meyer.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Thank you.
Y'all have
And
a good
now that
evening.
makes me want to just go watch the whole horror movies, the whole Halloween franchise right now. I'm going to go
Exactly.
just start watching them from 1 through 20. I don't know, however many there fucking are now.
One through one.
I don't know. There's too many. H2O,
Too many.
H4O, fucking. That weird fucking one, Season of the Witch, which made no fucking sense because it had nothing to do with fucking Michael Myers. That was a weird curveball. Anyway, I'm going to go watch all of them right now. So go watch you some Halloween right now and some Gas Pump Girls and anything else that Sandy Johnson has been in. We appreciate you. Until next week, when we have famous horror, sci-fi, fantasy, and many other genres author Sasha George on our show. I'm very excited. So come join us next week for another exciting installment of this show. Always, we are 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. That is also 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Get Real Global TV. Until next time, may you have nightmares.
Bye.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Have a good week. Happy hauntings.
You too.